پاس ہے، مشک و علم کی اب بھی یتیموں کو آس ہے، دم گھٹ رہا ہے لوٹ کے، آ جاؤ اب چچا، اصغر کو 3 روز سے پانی نہیں ملا، بچے سسک رہے ہیں، کئی دن کی پیاس ہے، بچے سسک رہے ہیں، کئی دن کی پیاس ہے، دن ڈھل رہا ہے پیاسی، سکینہ اداس ہے، رہوار سے سکینہ نے رو رو کے یہ کہا، رکھنا خیال دشت میں بابا حسین کا، اس دشت کربلا میں یہی میری آس ہے، اس دشت کربلا میں یہی میری آس ہے، دن ڈھل رہا ہے پیاسی، سکینہ اداس ہے، یہ رات یہ اندھیرا یہ زہرا کی بیٹیاں مقتل سے ایک یتیمہ کی آتی ہے سسکیاں، کانوں سے خون بہتا ہے، چہرے پہ آس ہے، کانوں سے خون بہتا ہے، چہرے پہ آس ہے، دن ڈھل رہا ہے پیاسی، سکینہ اداس ہے، یہ وارث رسول ہے، تجھ کو خبر نہیں، خنجر سے قتل جس کو تو کرتا ہے اے لئیم، دل بند فاطمہ ہے یہ، حق کی اساس ہے، بند فاطمہ ہے یہ، حق کی اساس ہے، دن ڈھل رہا ہے پیاسی، سکینہ اداس ہے، خار بن میں شام میں غریباں بھی آ گئی، دن میں تمام شب یہ صدا گونجتی رہی، بابا تمہاری لاڈلی بیٹی اداس ہے، بابا تمہاری لاڈلی بیٹی اداس ہے، دن ڈھل رہا ہے پیاسی، سکینہ اداس ہے، مشک و علم کی اب بھی یتیموں کو آس ہے، صلوات محمد علیہ۔
محمد وآل محمد صلوات. Can you please recite the Surah Fatiha for Maulana Sahib's mother, Marhuma Abda Begum, Anwar Hussain, and Marhum Shiraz Alu, who is buried today. Surah Mubarak Fatiha. Welcome Maulana Sahib to the member with a loud salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad.
السلام علیکم ورحمۃ اللہ وبرکاتہ۔ اعوذ باللہ من الشیطان الرجیم، بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم، وبہ نستعین وہو خیر ناصر ومعین۔ الحمد للہ الفرد الاحد الصمد الذی لم یلد ولم یولد، ثم الصلاة والسلام والتحیۃ والاکرام علی سیدنا ونبینا وشفیعنا وطبیب نفوسنا وحبیب قلوبنا الذي سمي في السماء بأحمد وفي الأرضين بأبي القاسم المصطفى محمد، وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المنتخبين المنتجبين، ولعنة الله على أعدائهم أجمعين. أما بعد، فقد قال الله الحكيم في كتاب المجيد، بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. صلوات على محمد وآل محمد. Respected Mu'mineen, in regard of tafsir of Surah Al-Hamd, we are discussing the ayah where we are supplicating to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, making dua, Ya Allah, ihdina sirat al-mustaqim. Ya Allah, guide us on a steadfast or firm path. So over here, we are asking, Ya Allah, give us the guidance of the sirat al-mustaqim. So in previous session we were discussing, or last Thursday night we were discussing about the guidance. And I have given the explanation that we have two major category of the guidance. First, it is called general guidance, and the second is called special guidance. And then after we move to the factors, what are the factors those lead us toward the special guidance? Because we all are after the special guidance from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And in this regard, I have given you only one factor, and of course, the time could not permit me to, continue with all the factors. So that is why I would like to, inshallah, finish them today. So the first factor, as I told you, it is iman. If you have iman, if you have faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is strong faith. So the moment you have faith in Allah, so it is Allah who guide you to the special path of Him, and that is Sirat al-Mustaqim. And then the second factor, of course, these factors, they need a lot of elaboration, and every factor may consist a majlis, complete majlis, but I'm just giving you the brief introduction and just brief listing of them. The second factor, according to ulama, they said it is inaba. If you have inaba in your life, inaba actually, if you go to the irfanic or the mystical books, you find there is a lot of explanation. And this inaba itself, it is a station, or it is a chapter, complete chapter. But I'm just giving you the brief introduction about it, and then I will, go to the next one. So what is the inaba? Inaba actually is returning. The literal meaning of inaba is returning. You know what happened in our life when, even in this physical life also, you see sometime, for example, we are traveling. And we are, let's say, on motorway, or we are on highway, or, carriageway, whatever, where you are traveling. And sometimes we miss our way, we miss our, path. We, ride on, or we get into the lane, which is a wrong lane. So what happened that when you are on wrong path, so you have to have a U-turn from there. So what you do, as soon as possible for you and safe, and, for you, you make the U-turn, or you get exit from the motorway, and then you come back. So this is called inaba, because the moment you make mistake, the moment you are misled from the right path, so you get U-turn from there. So in Arabic, it is called inaba. And over here, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, because we all are having the journey toward Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that is called a spiritual journey. So Allah in Surah Ra'ad, verse number 27, He says, وَيَقُولُ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا لولا أنزل عليه آية من ربه قل إن الله يضل من يشاء ويهدي إليه من أناب. So over here Allah is using this word. And actually, there is a long discussion about this ayah, that in the time of Rasulullah, Kuffar, they used to say to Rasulullah, Ya Rasulullah, if you are really prophet, show us a mu'jiza, give us a miracle. So Rasulullah showed them the mu'jiza, but they was not satisfied. They said, no, and they used to ignore that mu'jiza, they used to ignore that miracle. And then after they used to say, you did not show us any mu'jiza. They are refuting Rasulullah. So they say, you did not show us mu'jiza. If you are really Rasul, show us the mu'jiza. And show mu'jiza in a way how we want. So actually these people, they were very stubborn. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala condemned them over here. And then He said, وَيَهْدِي إِلَيْهِمْ مَنْ أَنَابَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala only give special guidance to those who have U-turn in their life. Means if they make mistake, they have to return to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is the second factor, how to achieve a special guidance from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I have given you the special guidance from Allah, that Allah open door for you. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala open your mind. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you a special understanding. So this is called, a special guidance. So this is number 2. Number 3, according to the ayat of the Quran, according to the ahadith of Ahlul Bayt, it is ar-rida, Allah, following the rida of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What is the rida of Allah, or the ridwan? In other words, there is another term which is used even in the Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Surah Tawbah, verse number 71 and 72, sorry. Allah says, وَرِضْوَانٌ مِّنَ اللَّهِ أَكْبَرُ. and in this ayah, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, explained, actually in this ayah, Allah was explaining about the mu'mineen. That mu'mineen on the day of judgment, they will receive Jannah from their Lord. And which type of Jannah? Tajri min tahtiha al-anhar. Underneath of them, the waters or the rivers are flowing. And after explanation of the ni'mat of the Jannah, Allah said, the best thing which is going to be given to them, it is not Jannah, it is Ridwanum min Allahi Akbar. It is a pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When sometime you bring a lot of things for your parent, or for your children, for example, or even for your wife or your spouse. So, but sometimes you bring a special gift, and that gift, bring a smile on the face of your child. So, what would happen? You say, this gift, it is the best gift for my child. This gift, it is the best gift for my friend. So, the meaning of Ridwan, it is a pleasure. It is a desire of Allah. And that is why ulama, they said, the best thing, the maximum level of a mu'min, it is a Rizwan. That he has to target, not Jannah. Jannah, it is a very small thing. Our target should be the Ridwan, the pleasure of Allah, the please of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that is why, hadith of the Ma'sum, and especially the hadith of Mawla Aba Abdullah al-Husayn alayhi salatu wasalam, it says, Kataba il al-Husayn, a person, he wrote a letter to Imam al-Husayn, and he seek advice. He said, Yabna Rasulullah idhni, Yabna Rasulullah, the son of Rasulullah, give me a piece of advice. You know what Imam al-Husayn, he wrote? He said, Man talaba ridan nas bisakhatillah wakkala Allahu ila nas. If someone please people, and sometimes when we are pleasing people, we have to pay the cost of it. So if and sometimes it doesn't need any cost. So what Imam Hussain says? Imam Hussain says that if you please people, and because of your pleasing, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala get angry from you. So what happened? So Imam said, Wakkalallahu ala nas. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala leave such a person on the people. Allah will not give any reward, because he bought anger of Allah against pleasing the people. And this thing happens in our life now and then. Now and then a lot, it happened. Many times we stuck at a place. People, they come to us and they say, Maulana, is it allowed for us to have shake hand with a na-mahram? So we say, no, it is not allowed. Our marja, our deen, it does not permit. They say, Maulana, if I don't shake hand, because she is a senior, she is my boss. So if I don't shake hand with her, so she get angry. It is, and I have to please her. So the answer Imam Hussain is giving, that if you want to please people against the anger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what would happen? Allah will leave all your affair on the people. And then Imam continue in this advice. He says, Man talaba ridan nas bisakhatin nas kafahullah. If somebody is after the please of Allah, after the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and people, they get angry when he is making Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala please. So Imam said, Allah take the responsibility of such a person, that Allah will rectify all his problems. So this is, something, Ridan Nas, Ridwanum min Allahi Akbar. This is the Rida of, it is very important. So if we are following the Rida of Allah, if we are following the desire of Allah, if we prefer the desire of Allah on the desire of us, so Allah says, I will give you the special guidance. Look at the ayah of Surah Ma'idah, verse number 16. Allah says, Yahdi bihi Allahu man ittaba'a ridwanuhu subul salam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives special guidance to those who follow the ridwan of Allah, those who follow the pleasure or the desire of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is number 3. Number 1, you have to, take away message. Number 1, Iman. Number 2, it is Inaba. Number 3, it is Ridallah or Ridwanum min Allahi Akbar. Number 4, it is striving for the hidayah, striving for making effort to get the guidance. Because if we are not interested in something, we will not be able to achieve it. So we have to try it. We have to pay effort. We have to give something in order to achieve that special guidance. And that is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Surah Ankabut, verse number 69, He says, وَالَّذِينَ جَاهَدُوا فِينَا لَنَهْدِيَنَّهُمْ سُبُلَنَا. If someone pay effort, if someone try to get the guidance, Allah said, we will open the doors of the guidance for for them or for him. So this is number 4. Number 5, open heart. Sharh al-sadr. Sharh al-sadr means, many people, they put lock on their heart. They are not ready to accept or, the advices of anyone. They are stubborn. They are not ready to, accept the talk of anyone, no matter it is his, boss, no matter it is his friend, no matter it is a alim or it is a marja, even imam, even Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So they are not ready. They lock their heart and they are not ready to listen. They do not have grasping heart. So what Imam says over here, it is that you must have an open heart, a grasping heart, that is ready to accept the good thing or grasp the advices of the Quran. So if heart is not ready for grasping, then of course the special hidayah would not reach to you. And that is why Quran says, فَمَنْ يُرِدِ اللَّهَ أَنْ يَهْدِيهِ يَشْرَحُ صَدْرَهُ لِلْإِسْلَامِ. If somebody's heart is open, sharh sadr means open heart, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would grant him the hidayah, the guidance. So this is number 5. Number 6. This is very important, and it is dua. And what we make in the Surah Al-Hamd. Ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim. Ya Allah, give us a special guidance. Give us a sirat al-mustaqim. So sirat al-mustaqim, inshallah, I will explain you in next session. But dua, it is very important. Because without dua, you pay effort. Of course, they are good. All these 5 factors, they are very nice. We have to have iman. We have to, have ridwan min Allah. We have to follow the ridwan min Allah. We have to have inaba. All these, factors are really effective. But along with them, we must make dua. We have to, pay effort and then rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We have to, try and then after surrender before Allah and seek assistance from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ya Allah, give us the guidance. And that is why we are told to recite many dua. Rabbana la tuzigh qulubana ba'da idh hadaytana. So over here we are asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala about the guidance. Ya Allah, Rabbana la tuzigh qulubana. Ya Allah, do not put rust on our heart. Ya Allah, do not rust our heart after you have guided us. La tuzigh qulubana ba'da idh hadaytana. Rabbana hablana min ladunka rahma. This rahma, it is a special guidance. That is, we are asking from Allah. Ya Allah, grant us rahma. Ya Allah, grant us a special mercy, and that is guidance. So that is why, dua, it is always very important. Let me give you a beautiful, example of the dua. We have a person whose name is Ahmad ibn Hilal. Ahmad ibn Hilal, he was a close companion of Imam Zaman Ajjallahu Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif. And of course, this man, history says that he was the close companion of Imam al-Hadi as well as Imam Hassan al-Askari, and then he became the companion of the Imam Zamana, 12th Imam. And he was in touch with the Imam as long as Imam was, in Ghaibat al-Sughra. And then what happened? 54 times this man, he performed Hajj with barefoot. Just imagine how pious this man was. But what happened at the end? When he became old, he wanted to become the naib of Imam Zamana, the second naib. So when Imam selected his second naib or second representative, who is conveying the messages of the Imam, so this man, he got angry. He said, why Imam did not give me this position? So, and he become like, over here, and then Imam Imam Zamana, he wrote a letter to his second naib, and he said that this man, Ahmad ibn Hilal, يستبد بالرأي. Because this man, he is on his own opinion. He is not on the opinion of Allah. He is not on the opinion of the Islam or the Quran. Because this man, he is stuck with his own opinion. That is why this man is, deviated. This man is misled. And then over there, Imam al-Islam, he explained the, reasons. What are the reasons behind? He is Imam over there. He said, because this man, he did not used to recite the dua Rabbana la tuzigh qulubana ba'da idh hadaytana. So this dua, it is very important. Ya Allah, keep us on the guidance. You got the guidance. You have a special guidance from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But along with all those factors, make dua to Allah. Imam said if he had recited this dua, he would have not deviated. He would have not, misled. So because he was not relying on the dua, so that is why this man, deviated from the right path. So these are the factors of the special guidance. Now, because in next session, inshallah, I will give you the factors for astray, how insan goes into the astray. What are the reason? What are the factors? What are the things which led us toward the astray and gumrahi and so on? But before that, I would like to give you three quickly. The source of the hidayah, according to the ayat of the Quran, and of course, the first source of the hidayah, the first source of the special guidance, it is Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Quran very clearly, he says, Inna hadha al-Quran yahadi lillati huwa hiya aqwam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, says in the Quran, this Quran, it guide you or it guide people on a path which is firm path, which is a firm guidance. So this is about the Quran. And the second source of the guidance, it is Ahlul Bayt Rasulullah, first of all, and the Ahlul Bayt alayhi salatu wasalam. Recite Allahu salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. And according to the ayah of the Quran, the third source of the guidance, it is Khana Kaaba. Allah says in Quran, Inna awwala baytin wadi'a lin-nas lalladhi bi Bakkatin mubaraka, and then wa hudal lil alamin. Allah says the first house which is made on the surface of earth, it is the house of Allah. And that house, it is a Mubarak house, and hudal lil alamin, it is a guidance for the entire universe. And of course, nowadays this Khana Kaaba, it is in the hand of people. Those are not utilizing the Khana Kaaba as it deserves to be utilized as a guidance for the whole universe. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala free Khana Kaaba from those filthy and misled people. So Khana Kaaba, of course, it is very important for all of us, and that is why you see Ahlul Bayt, they told us when Abu Abdullah al-Hussein, he left Medina and he wanted to go to Karbala. So first thing what Imam al-Hussein he does, he come to Khana Kaaba, he come to Makkah al-Mukarramah. But over there, he realized and he recognized that if Imam al-Hussein would remain in Khana Kaaba, and at the time of Hajj, Yazid is going to, slaughter me in the haram of Allah. So that is why Imam Hussein salam, he doesn't want it to, the sanctity or the sacredness of the Khana Kaaba to be ruined. So what Imam decided, Imam said, because I am the son of Khana Kaaba, and that is why Imam Sajjad, he said, Ana ibnul Makkah wal Mina, I am the son of Khana Kaaba, I am the son of Mina. Why he said that I am the son of Makkah, I am the son of Mina? Because a son, he always maintained the respect of his father. So that is why Imam said, because Khana Kaaba, it is like a father. I'm a son. I am the one who has to maintain, who has to preserve the respect of Khana Kaaba. So Imam al-Hussein, he decided to leave the Khana Kaaba and he comes at the land of Karbala. And when he comes at the land of Karbala, because of the religion, because for the sake of religion, for religion to remain intact, Abu Abdullah al-Hussein, he sacrificed each and everything what he had. And that is why Abu Abdullah al-Hussein, he used to recite, Ilahi taraktul khalqa turran likay hawak, wa aitamtul ayala likay arak. Ya Allah, I have left entire world for me to see you, Ya Allah. I made my children orphan for me to meet you, Ya Allah. So Aba Abdullah al-Hussein, all the sacrifice he made, it was all for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Aba Abdullah al-Hussein, he had a younger daughter whose name is Sakina. Narration says when Aba Abdullah al-Hussein was making his last farewell, and he was in the tents, and in the tents of ladies, and the ladies, they were crying and they were lamenting and they were making matam upon them when Imam al-Hussein wanted to leave. So at the door of tent, the Fidda was standing. So Imam al-Hussein, he get closer to Fidda. Narrator says that I said to myself, let me know what Imam alayhi salam is speaking with the Fidda. So narrator, he said that I get closer to Imam. So you know what Imam alayhi salam was telling to Fidda? He said that I heard from my ear, Imam said to Fidda, oh Fidda, who am I? Can you tell me who am I? So Fidda said, Ya Imam, you are my Imam. You are my Imam. He said, Fidda, can I ask you something? Fidda, she started crying. She said, Fidda said, Oh Mawla, oh Aba Abdullah al-Hussein, I raised you in my lap. Ya Aba Abdullah al-Hussein, you were a child. I kissed you. I loved you a lot. If you ask me the life, even I'm ready to sacrifice my life upon you. Aba Abdullah al-Hussein, he said to Fidda, oh Fidda, you know, this is my last visit in the Khayam. This is my, if I go to Maidan, if I go to the battlefield, I will not come back anymore. Fidda, this is the last moment. I am about to leave and I will not come back. Fidda, I have a daughter whose name is Sakina. Please look after her. Narration says, after the departure of Aba Abdullah al-Hussein and martyrdom of Aba Abdullah al-Hussein, whenever Shimr used to get closer to Bibi Sakina, Fidda used to come in between him and her. And she said, this is the trust of Aba Abdullah al-Hussein. As long as Fidda is alive, you cannot touch her. وسيعلم الذين ظلموا أي منقلب ينقلبون إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون. الفاتحة لأرواح المؤمنين والمؤمنات. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.